The Miami Heat have done it again. We cannot keep letting this happen. They continue to go out and get draft steal after draft steal late in either the first round, the second round, or even undrafted free agents. Kevin Love is the only player on this roster that was drafted inside of the top 10, and he's like their 10th leading scorer. To go along with Jimae Jacques, the big three they already have, Duncan Robinson has completely redefined his game. He is their 4th leading scorer, and even though, yes, they went to the Eastern Conference Finals last year, won it, they went to the NBA Finals, then they lost Strauss and Gabe Vincent, they are still looking very, very good. And once the playoffs comes around, everybody know Heat culture is at its best. So, looking at the team, they really don't do anything special. I mean, they are kind of mid in terms of offensive, defensive, and net rating. However, they were able to hit on yet another late first-round draft pick, and that happens to be the 18th overall pick in this year's draft, Jimae Jacques Jr., who on the year is putting up 13.7 points, 3.7 rebounds, 2.8 assists, and is one of the best young rookies in the league right now. He's putting up some pretty good numbers, and he's playing really good defense. He's just a win-now type guy that people were kind of shocked when he went with the 18th overall pick. 51% from the field, 38% from three, 1.1 steals. He's turned in an elite rookie year. He's also played 30 minutes per game, so he was reliable out of the gate as a rookie, and the Heat definitely have a knack for this. Now, they have a new leading scorer, kind of a new generation of Heat players with Tyler Herro and Bam Adebayo officially taking over for Jimmy Butler. Herro averaging about 23 points per game, 5.3 rebounds, and 4.4 assists, as well as 1.2 steals a night. He's playing some really good basketball right now. Remember, he did not play in the playoffs last year, and they still went to, the finals. I forgot. Well, he did play in, 2 games, and they still defeated the Bucks, defeated everybody else along the way, and made it to the finals. They didn't even take a game. Never mind. But he's very efficient as well. 44% from the field, 42% from 3 on 8 attempts, one of the elite sharpshooters in today's NBA. And then finally, you have Bam Adebayo. Both of these guys are kind of the two co-stars heading up the Heat roster. He has linear progression, honestly, in terms of his points per game by year, but he's averaging a double-double this year, 22 and 10 with about 4 assists and a block per game, playing good interior defense. Obviously, one of the better interior defenders in the league. He's shooting at 51% from the field in 34 minutes, also averaging 1.2 steals to go with his 1 block a night. Bam is a dude, and he's starting to be recognized as one of the best centers in the league. So you got Herro, you got Bam. Those are your 2 best players. Then you got Jimmy Butler. You got guys like Jimae Jacques, Duncan Robinson. There's a great core here in Miami. So let's take a break here. Make sure to the like button and hit that subscribe button if you are not already. It'll really help us out in the YouTube algorithm, as well as leaving a comment down below. As you can see, a large majority of the people that watch these videos are not subscribed to the channel. So yeah, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Now let's continue on here. You can't forget Jimmy Butler, even though he's getting up there in age. He's still averaging about 21 points per game, 5 rebounds, 4.5 assists, and once they get to the postseason, he's going to turn it on. Right now, they're 21 and 15, which is good enough for 5th in the East, so they shouldn't have to play in the play-in. He should be rested, ready to go. 46% from the field, 38% from 3, 1 steal, 34 years old. 34 years old, the key there. But I know there is still a good amount of time until the playoffs. Anything can happen. We're not even halfway through the year yet, which is kind of crazy, but still. Jimmy is that dude. Age could be catching him. However, I have no worries because I think once the playoffs come around, he just has this thing where he can just turn it on in the playoffs. Now, I talked a little bit about it earlier, but Duncan Robinson has completely changed up his game. He went from a guy that was, a 3-point sharpshooter, and he still is, but then he got benched for a little while, and now he has come back better than ever. 14.2 points per game, as I mentioned, the 4th leading scorer, 3.2 rebounds, 2.6 assists, and he's not just a 3-point shooter. He's taking more 2s than ever. 4 2-pointers a game, which is kind of crazy. 2-point attempts per game. But look at that. Getting to the rim. Finishing up top. 46% from the field. 42% from 3 on 8 attempts. Another guy that is 42% from 3 on 8 attempts. Him and Tyler Herro. 2 really, really good shooters. And then 29 minutes per game for him. Make no mistake about it, he can still spot up and knock it down, but he's getting there off the dribble a little bit as well. Now, this Heat team really relies on the vets. They have like 4 guys that are getting up there in age, but are really good veterans for the squad. First is Caleb Superman Martin, the superhero for the Heat last year. 11 points per game, 5.1 rebounds, 1 steal, 44% from the field, and 38% from 3 this year. So he's having a solid season. Got him a nice little contract extension, and he's playing really well. Kevin Love, 10.2 points per game for him, about 7 rebounds, 2.7 assists. Still brings the 3-point edge, although it's not as impressive as it once was. But still, 36% from 3 is pretty solid. And then you got the other guy here, Kyle Lowry. There's Caleb Martin again. But you got Kyle Lowry to go along with Caleb Martin, to go along with Kevin Love. He's averaging 9.2 points per game, 4 assists, 3.5 rebounds, 46% shooting from the field, 43% from 3. Another really good shooter there. So a lot of these guys over 40% by a good amount. And then Josh Richardson. Richardson and Martin aren't quite as old as Lowry and Kevin Love, but they are still good vets at this point in their career. He's averaging about 10 points per game, 3 rebounds, 3 assists in 27 minutes per game for the Heat. So that's kind of their whole rotation. They also have Haywood Highsmith, who comes off the bench, and Nikola Jokic's left cousin, Nikola Jovic, who I'm expecting to just continue to get better and better. Another late first-round pick. And the Heat have proved time and time again that they can pick late in the first round. So taking a look at the outlook here, based off the next few games, they have a pretty, not too easy, but the first couple of games are going to be tough, but they are both at home. If they can win one of the 2 games between Oklahoma City and Orlando, then you get Charlotte at home. That should be an easy one. Brooklyn, you probably need to be able to win that game. Toronto, you probably need to be able to win that game. Then Atlanta again. So that's at least 4-2. Hopefully, can get you to like 25-17. Because right now, sitting at 21-15, just like about 10 other teams in the Eastern Conference. It's kind of crazy. The Heat, Magic, Pacers, Cavs, and Knicks all with the same record. So it's a deadlock there in the middle of that conference. Every win becomes big. However, the top 8 seeds have kind of defined themselves. You get the tiers in the Eastern Conference, if you will, with Boston, Milwaukee, and Philadelphia being the big dogs, and then like Chicago, Toronto, Atlanta being on the bottom end of that, with those other 5 teams in the middle. So let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. But I think this Heat team, they're right in position to go back to where they were last year. I mean, it's a good, long, athletic team. Jimmy Butler's still there. Tyler Herro should be there for the playoffs this year. You got a big 3, all averaging over 21 a game. All the signs are there. You got production from everywhere. Bam is a great center. They can lock you down and can score on you. Duncan Robinson can really shoot it. Jaime Jaquez does a little bit of everything. I'm excited about this Heat team because you also have guys, the veterans, that'll do anything it takes to win, especially like Kyle Lowry trying to get his first championship. So with that being said, that's going to be it, or second championship. With that being said, that's going to be it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to like button and leave me a comment down below, as well as hitting that subscribe button. It'll really help us out in the YouTube algorithm. And with all that being said, thank you so much for watching today's video.